everyone, it's Kerry back with you today. I've been making these little frames and I thought this one was quite fitting seeing how Valentine's Day is coming up. And then of course I've got them in all the different shapes. Really fun and quick and easy to put together. Now I have used some white chipboard and some of Reenie's Digis, not for these ones but for some other ones that we're going to make together in a minute. And I've popped a very small amount of kits together for the shop. But you don't need a kit. I'm going to show you how you can make them using just things that you have at home and a blade and a ruler. Or if you've got dies, you can cut them out with dies. So I'm just going to pop these to the side and I'll get ready. So I'll just show you the kit. Reenie has put together this digital cut apart page, and then you get one back and one frame in each shape. So there's 6 different complete sets there, and then you also get already cut out corresponding pieces of cardstock that fit the frames exactly. They've all been laser cut, so you don't have to fussy cut out those frames, but there is only a small amount of those in the shop. However, you do not need them, and I'm going to show you how we can make them without using the digis. So for the ones from the kit, I've picked the heart just because I really like it. I think it's very cute, and this rectangle. And then I'm going to use the white chipboard, but if you don't have white chipboard, if you have dies, you can cut 2 squares the same size and then get a smaller die and cut out an opening. You could use punches, but if you don't have those, you can just get 2 pieces of paper, lay them on top of each other, or piece of cardstock, sorry, lay them on top of each other, cut them into a square or a rectangle or whatever. If you cut them both at the same time, they will both be the same size, and then you can just cut out an opening in one layer and you will have this sort of frame and base going on as well. So you can use any shapes you like, stars, circles, whatever you like. So to begin with, I'm just going to work on the bases, and I'm going to work on all of the bases at the same time. Okay, so I've got my 4 shapes, and I'm just going to apply ink randomly on top of all of the shapes. Now I'm starting with walnut stain. A little bit of variation. I'm going to come in with a little bit of weathered wood as well. Okay, now I want to add some water splashes. So this just reacts with the oxide and will give me some sort of water markings on my backgrounds. So I'm just going to pop those to the side to dry off completely, and we'll start working on some of our bases. So the ones for the kit are very simple to put together. So I'm just going to add ink over the top of the frame, and it doesn't need to be perfect, it's just to block out the stark whiteness of the frames. So once I've popped my ink onto my chipboard frame, I'm just going to come in with glue onto the back of my cardstock frame. If my glue will play the game. And I'm just going to line that up. And then give that a good press down. Okay, so I'll just set those to the side to dry while we work on these ones. So I want to have a little bit of variation between my frame and my background. So I'm going to start with a little bit of brown just to dull out the starkness. And then I'm going to pick some different colours so that there will be a little bit of contrast between my background and the frame. So I've got a few different colours here. Now I've only got a very small space, so I don't know how many of these colours I'll actually successfully get on here, but I'm going to start with my lighter colours first. and actually I'm only going to colour one because I'll do a different technique for the other one. So I'm coming in with some bundled sage and some rusty hinge. Little bit of forest moss. And just a little bit of Uncharted Mariner. Then I'm just going to come back in with the rusty hinge because I've lost most of that. Okay, so I'll just pop that to the side for a minute. So with this one, I think I want to sort of collage some bits of paper or book page or something over the top. Okay, so for this one I've got just some scraps out of the scrap box of vintage pages and brown paper and tea-dyed paper and that sort of thing. And I'm just going to apply them to my frame with a glue stick. Now it's probably easier to put some glue on here. It's been really hot here today and my glue stick has just turned into a glue stick. Alright, so I'm just going to tear these down now. I know they're going to be overhanging a lot, but we'll sort that out afterwards. Extremely gooey glue stick. Calm down. We've got 3 relatively new cats and 2 older cats, and the old man cat, whoops, there he is, he gets a little bit flustered with the kittens. Don't like that piece in that orientation, so I'm going to take that off. Super gooey. Alright, so that'll do for the moment. Otherwise we're going to get in a big mess. Now I need to set this aside to dry a little bit before I move on to the next phase, but I want to make sure that the glue, especially seeing how gooey it is pressed down onto the frame. So I'm just going to go rescue my old man cat and then I will pop back and we will finish off this one. So once your glue's dry, you can come in with a pair of scissors and just trim off the excess as close to the edge of the frame as you can get it. Or if you prefer, you can go in with a craft knife. But it is still, even with a craft knife, it's a little bit challenging to sometimes get right to the edge of the frame. So I prefer to get a little sanding block or piece of sandpaper, and I sand down against my frame along the edge, and I'm holding the frame quite firmly, and it will just allow you to be able to pull the edges of the paper off, and it will be 100% flush with your frame, as long as you don't have gooey glue like I do. So I'm just going to go around and sand the edges. And then you can of course do the same thing for the inside. If you find it a bit too challenging, you can leave the pieces longer and then just glue them to the back side of your frame. So curl them round and glue them down. Okay, so I've got my frame there. Now it dawned on me while I was doing that, you could actually just, when you're cutting out your two squares at the beginning, you could just collage over one and then cut the inside out. That might be a little bit easier if you don't want to collage the frame after the fact. So now I just want to add some stamping detail on this one to make it a bit more interesting. And I've just got some Versaclear ink here, and I'm just going to grab some random stamps from my drawer. Add those onto my frame. And just add some water splashes to add a little bit more texture to the background. Okay, so now all my frames are ready to go. I'm just going to add some ink to the edges. So I've already got here bits and pieces cut out from the little digi-kit that Rennie included with the kit, but you could use images from a magazine, you could use stickers, anything you like to pop into your frames. So I've already got those cut out, so that's what I'm going to be using today. I think I want this little couple in here, and I'm just going to pop them in the frame and then layer the frame over the top so I can see roughly where I want them to be inside my frame. And when I'm happy with where they are, I actually want to ink around them a little bit first, although I might use these ones because these don't have as much of a white edge. Just ink a little bit. Layer the frame over, figure out where I want them. So I think I want them about there. So I'm going to take my frame off and I'm going to add a little bit of glue underneath while I'm still holding them down. Having all sorts of glue issues today. So I'm just popping a little bit of glue on the back to hold them where I want them, and then I can just trim off. I know that my frame is about 1 centimetre thick, so I can trim off the extra, and then I can go back in and add glue to the bits that I didn't glue down properly. So once you've got your image in place, you can decide if you want to just glue the frame straight down on top of the back, or if you want to pop it up on some foam or just some pieces of cardstock to give it more of a sort of dimensional look there. So for these ones I think I'm just going to glue them straight down on top, but I want to add a little bit of stamping or something in the background, which I should have done before I glued that down. So I'm just going to use a piece of scrap paper to mask off my people. And I'm just going to add a little bit of text in the background. There we go. So now I just need to apply some glue to my frame. There's also a massive big blowfly in here, buzzing around, driving my cats mental. They're trying to catch it. Okay, and then I'll just take this tiny little word and just add that in there as well. Super cute. So I'm going to go ahead and work on all three of these at the same time, and I'm going to start by adding the background stamping first. So I'm just going to bend my butterfly up from the body so that when I pop him in the frame, he will have a little bit more dimension. And I can go ahead and glue this frame down because I don't have anything sticking underneath it, if I can get my glue to come out. we go. After our glue hiccups, we have finally gotten there, and I really love how they came out. Very quick and easy to put together. And you can, of course, take it further if you want to. You can go ahead and add, I've just got some ball chain here, and then these ones I've popped some eyelets in as well. But the sky's the limit. You just keep going until you think you've had enough. So I think what I might actually do on this vintage one is add a little bit of my faux vintage tape. Just because I love it. Yep, really like that one. So there we go. I had lots of fun making those. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will leave links in the description box to the shop where you can find the kit and also just the frames on their own. But like I said, you don't need those to complete this project. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you again next time. Bye.